Hi, in this video we are going to talk about subqueries in SQL. Let us understand subqueries with this example. We have the same table where we have student name, subject name, and we have marks. Now we want to find the name of the student who has maximum marks in any subject. So we need to find a student who has maximum marks in any subject. Here XYZ is the student who has got 100 marks in a subject. Suppose I replace this 100 with 85, then ABC becomes the student because he has the second highest marks in any subject, right? So my output here should be XYZ and his marks 100. If I simply write select max marks from student, what will I get? I will get only 100 as an output, right? Max marks will be 100. That's what I'll get, one row. But I want the name of the student also. So how do I get the name of the student who has 100 marks? There can be multiple ways to solve this problem. Let us try to solve this in terms of subqueries. So what I do is, I find the max marks from the student. I use this query as a subquery, right? And I use brackets to put subqueries as a sub expression in our main query. So our main query is going to be select name, comma marks from student where marks equal to this, right? So after equal to, I write this query. So this query now gives me name of the student and his marks who has the maximum marks. What I've done here is I've used this subquery to find the maximum marks from this whole table. I got the value as 100. Now I select this row which satisfies this condition. So I select the name of the students and his marks from the student table where marks are equal to maximum marks. So if there are multiple students who have 100 marks, it will print their names. If a student has got 100 marks multiple times, it will give this student's name multiple times. If I want only one row as an output, I can put top one here, right? So this is how I get the name of the student who has got maximum marks. Please note that we can solve this query multiple ways. The purpose here is to just explain these subqueries. So how do subqueries works? If it is a normal subquery, we are going to have one more special subqueries which are called correlated subqueries. We'll talk about them later in a separate video. Here we are talking about normal subqueries. In normal subqueries, what happens is these subqueries are executed first, they produce a result, and then that result is used by the outer query. Here, the inner query gives us the result 100, and then this subquery is replaced by that result 100, and which is the main query becomes marks equal to 100, and then this query runs and you get the student name, which is XYZ, so you get the output as XYZ and you get output marks as 100. So you get name and marks. That's the output of this query. Let us do one more example of subquery. Let's say we have one more table where we have suspended students, we have the student name and we have the reason for suspension like discipline or low attendance. Ideally, these tables should be designed in a better way. We should be having student ID, subject ID. I have kept them this way to keep things simple so that we understand the concept. So we should not be having student name at multiple places, but let's do this way to understand subqueries. So this is one good example where we use subqueries. We have this table where we have all the students, their subject-wise marks, but now we want to exclude these students from this table, exclude these students which are suspended. So what do? we write, select star from this table where student name should not be in this table, right? So what do we do? Select star from student where name. So here I'm using a new thing, not in, right? Not in means this is not in this set. We use not in for multiple results when we have a set as result. Now I write the subquery. Select name from suspended. That's it. So I'll get only those students which are not in suspended list. So the output of this query will be PQR will be excluded. So I'll get ABC, ABC, XYZ, XYZ. PQR will not be there. So this will be the result of this query. I excluded the suspended students using subqueries. So we use subqueries to get the result from one query, probably from the same table or another table. Here is an example where I use another table. In the previous example, I used the same table. We use the results from one table and use these results in the outer query. In this video, we talked about basic subqueries. In the upcoming videos, we will be talking about more subqueries and correlated subqueries.